Good morning and welcome to the Blytheway Mining Show on Core London TV. I'm Bonnie Hughes, mining specialist, and I'm joined today by Patrick Cullen. He is the CEO of Connemara Mining, and they just came out with some interesting news this week. They're doing a placing, and one of their major shareholders is taking up about 200,000 of that placing. Please tell us what's going on.
Yeah, good morning, Bonnie. Good to see you again. On Monday morning we announced a £900,000 placing. Very excited about that. We've brought in First Equity as a joint broker. They've done the business, and we have some changes to the board, myself included. I've come onto the board as CEO and Chief Executive of the board, so very pleased about that. And we have two new directors, Michael McNeely, who's the CEO of Metal Tiger, and I think that's what you're referring to. They came in for £200,000 of that placing, just over 4% stake of the company now. So yeah, very excited. Yeah.
And I also noticed that a couple of your directors have decided to take their salaries in shares. That's a very good endorsement for the company.
Yes, absolutely. That's a good point. So John Teeling, chairman, and Jim Finn, who handles the finances, basically they've been in the company since the beginning. Of course, they're the founders of the company. They've never really taken much money out of this company, and now that there's these big changes, I think it's a good point it's a good point. Shows that they're still in it. They put in money recently in August, and they're converting those fees into shares. So their shareholders is increasing.
And considering your shares have almost doubled since September.
That's right, yeah. I mean, we're trading at just about 4.3 now, with 1.75 back in, I think the placing was on 1.76 back in August last year. So good return on the investment for those shareholders, for people that come in. And in fact, many of those shareholders have come in again on this placing, and so they're just, they're obviously very keen to stay in and to see this go much further.
Yeah, good to have shareholders topping up at a higher price.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, very pleased about that. And I think the expectations are high. We've got excellent assets. We've got a very busy year ahead. We're busy now with sort of a strategic overview. It's great to be a junior in a position like this with a very strong balance sheet. And we already have some very clear plans, but we'll communicate that to the market in the weeks to come. But essentially, we've made a decision to fully fund our joint venture project on the zinc with Group 11 at Stone Park. That's probably our flagship asset, so we have 23% of that. And rather than dilute now, we're in a very good position to contribute and to encourage our joint venture partner there to get drilling quite soon. Work's going to start there imminently, and we look forward to getting started there. And then, of course, we have active gold projects, 100% Connemara. So we'll be back on the ground in March, drilling again at our Wicklow-Wexford Mine River project, where we've had some excellent grades. We only drilled 3 holes just before Christmas, but we had one intersection, 16 grams a ton over 2 meters. We have already targets that are set up and ready to go. We're busy with application for new drill sites, so that'll all go smoothly. So yeah, so a lot of news to come.
So the funds that you're raising right now, are they going to be divided between the zinc and the gold projects?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah. So I mean, the detail of it. I mean, we'll like to inform the market, when we're taking what action we take and how many, what sort of size programs we're going to embark on at the various projects. But with regard to the zinc, look, we're expecting Group 11 on the Stone Park project to spend, in the region of £1 million. So we'd probably be looking £200,000 committed to that project. And I think, the fact that we're ready as a joint venture partner, ready to put cash in straight away, I think that's going to encourage them, and I think that's really positive. The gold projects, these can grow as we have good results, and we're expecting good results. We've had good results up to now, so there's a lot of work there to do, and so we'll review that as we go along. And we've got other zinc properties in Ireland. So, we have another joint venture with Teck of Canada up at Oldcastle, which is west of the producing Navan mine. Essentially, they have to spend £250,000 this year, say £200,000 this year before, to earn in. So we'll see how that goes. We'll be seeing them in Canada. I'll be attending PDAC this coming week. Yeah, very positive. Hopefully a lot of good news to come out of Connemara. Certainly a lot of activity, and that's what we've promised, you know. Activity, keep ourselves busy, keep the shareholders, see the money go into the ground, and that's really what the shareholders want to see. They want to see that money that we've raised used, you know, to find gold, to develop zinc projects in Ireland. Yeah.
Now, will you have a booth at PDAC or?
No, we won't.
Okay.
No,
but you have arranged meetings with.
No, I mean London is. I think at the moment London is our sort of focus. I say not London, but you know the UK market. We have Irish shareholders, of course, as well. We'll and with the new board members that are coming on, Michael McNeely and David Cockbill, you know, these are London based guys. David's been in the business in London, you know, for decades and has brought investors in with him on this raising. So we'll be raising our profile even further here in the UK. The Canadian trip is really to see what the other gold juniors are doing. There's a lot of gold activity in Ireland now. There's new programs being announced. There's obviously the Dalradian project that's going ahead with planning applications at their Connemara project in Tyrone. So it casts, you know, people are casting their eyes over Ireland and the Dalradian in Ireland, surely. And we've been in there now a couple of years, right? So we've had early discoveries in Donegal. So yeah, so really the Canadian trip is to see what's happening on that side of the pond, and also to maybe get some interest from some of the more, you know, the larger companies, if they want to take a stake perhaps. So we'll look at that in the future, you know, potential joint ventures on some of our gold projects. So that's really the objective.
Well, it should be a very good year at PDAC, considering the
Yeah.
interest in the mining sector is a lot more jubilant than it has been in the past few years. So it should be a very good trip, and it actually looks like Canada in the UK right now. Or looks like Toronto.
Right, we've just come in from the snow, that's right.
I've never seen that since I've lived here. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and I look forward to your future news. And thank you for joining us on the Blytheway Mining Show. Have a very profitable day.